You're getting ready to close on your home loan and you've received your closing disclosure. I'd like to review that with you in each section so you understand what the fees are. The closing disclosure looks like this. It's very similar to your loan estimate form, but this is the official final closing disclosure, which is the summary of the transaction. So I'm going to go through each section so you understand what the fees and terms are that you're closing on with your home loan. At the top of the closing disclosure, you will see some information listed. The most important piece of that is what is the closing date. In this case, the closing date is May 5th, 2023. Underneath that, you'll see the property address that you are purchasing and the sales price. Next to that, you'll see your name, your current address, who the seller is, and who the lender is. On the far right, you'll see the loan term, the purpose, and if it's a fixed rate product, it will list it right there, as well as what type of loan. In this case, it's a conventional loan. The loan amount is $450,000, and the interest rate is 6.125%. The monthly principal and interest on this loan at this rate is $2,734.25. This loan does not have a prepayment penalty or a balloon payment. Underneath that, you will also see the principal and interest calculation. What that means is the principal and interest is $2,734.25. This particular loan also has mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance is paid monthly. It's $56, and the total monthly payment is $2,790.50. Beneath that, you will see the estimated taxes and insurance on this home. In this case, the property taxes and homeowner's insurance total $561.33. So above, you have your principal and interest, the mortgage insurance, and then below, this section lists the taxes and homeowner's insurance on the property. At the bottom is a sort of a summary. It will outline the total closing cost here, $10,431.94. On the next page, we'll go through this information in more detail. This just gives a snapshot of the total closing cost here, and then what's called your cash to close. Cash to close are your closing fees plus your down payment. So the second page is where I'll review more information in detail about the closing costs. The second page of the closing disclosure outlines the fees in detail. At the very top, you'll see points listed here, also called origination fee. Hers is nearly 1%, which is $4,452.12. Section B here outlines third-party fees and lender fees in more detail. At the top, you will see there's a credit report fee of $62, an electronic MERS fee of $24, a flood certification of $8, and a tax service fee of $85. Section C outlines third-party fees such as the attorney and the title insurance. In this case, the title insurance is $1,000, and the attorney's fee is $975. Often it will be listed as a settlement or a closing fee, but it's the same thing as the attorney fee, as we are an attorney-closed state. $975 is the fee there. Section E outlines the recording fees of $135. In Section F, you'll see the homeowner's insurance. The client has opted to go ahead and pay their homeowner's insurance premium at closing, and that's $1,086. In addition, you'll see prepaid interest listed here from May the 5th through June the 1st of $2,038.87. This means their first payment will not begin until July 1, as they're paying most of the interest up front in closing here of $2,038.87. At the bottom, this totals their total closing fees of $9,866.94. So these are the closing costs all outlined on this particular page. We'll flip over to the third page, which is the final summary of all the numbers. The third page gives the final snapshot of the transaction. At the very top, you have the sales price of $500,000 plus the closing cost of $9,866.94. So that's sort of the what's due. And then you back out what's called the credits. So there are credits of she's already paid her earnest money or due diligence in North Carolina of $20,000. She's taking out a loan amount of $450,000. And then when you do the math on that of the total due from the client of the $500,000 price and the closing costs, and then you back out the loan amount and the deposits paid, you'll see that she is bringing $39,866.94. So that's the difference between the loan amount and the closing costs, backing out the earnest money and any deposits paid, so that her cash to close is $39,866.94. This completes our review of the closing disclosure. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to go over any of these numbers with you. The closing attorney will also review them with you at closing, as it's a part of the closing package to go over the closing disclosure. But this gives you the final snapshot of what you can expect to pay at closing in terms of cash to close.